I'm Denise, and I'm a third year student studying software engineering at Tampere University of Applied Sciences. And today I will be talking about a course of mine which I have done a project for, and I will be explaining my project through my tutorials and my slides. Before showing you my games and like the tutorials that I have done for the course, I have thought to explain why I choose uh, a survival game. And I also want to explain the differences between Unity and Unreal Engine and like what those things are, because I feel like it's really important to know what kind of engines that you're gonna work with when you're trying to, like when you're actually game developing games or simulations and using those engines, because they have a bit of difference, and I think it's really important to know when you before you start game developing. And I think it will make it easier for me to explain what I have done through the project. So I will be starting off what I have done for the course, and then I will be explaining why I did the things that I've done, like um, why I chose to do things. And so I have decided to do a survival game as a project, because in the company that I've been working for, we use a lot of Unreal Engine and Unity development game engines. I have done in the past, I have created projects, I have developed games through them, and I think so that's why I decided to work on them. The reason I chose to do a survival game is also because I have chosen because I think survival game could be one of the games where I could explain everything that I've learned through the game tutorial itself, which I will mention later on. I will show it later on. So I just wanted to mention a little bit about what is Unity and what is Unreal Engine, and the differences, the main differences between them. It will not be too long, but yeah. So Unity and Unreal Engine are both game development tools, game engines, and Unity is Unity, for example, is widely used game development engine for simulations and games, other interactive experiences. And in Unity, you can either choose 3D, 2D, or any other things like 3D, 2D, like many contexts. And it can also be used in many other platforms, like from high mobile devices to virtual reality. So it can be used in many other platforms. And Unity, for example, with Unity, SimCity, Microsoft Flight Simulator, emergency room simulators can be an example of the places that Unity is being used. Those are also the popular examples in the world where Unity is being used. And the next thing that I will be talking about smallly, like in a small way, is Unreal Engine, because Unreal Engine is a bit different than Unity. And Unreal Engine is more focuses on the 3D development of the real world. So it was developed by Epic Games, and it provides really cool tools for creating high quality interactive projects. And these games can be used in various PCs, consoles, mobile developments, just like Unity as well. But for example, Unreal Engine has a cool tool called Blueprints. So it's a low code tool which you can use instead of the writing code, which I will show it later on in my projects. And yeah, so it's Unreal Engine is a more like 3D platform of Unity. Like in Unity, you can, if you want to work on close like 2D projects, I think you should choose Unity instead of Unreal Engine. But yes, it is what it is. And those are the examples of Unreal Engine. As you can see from the first photo, for example, this one, the car one, is actually, you can see the fact that it actually simulates the real world. But yes, so then I will, yeah. So hello. Now I will show you the picture, the tutorial that I've done with the bars. And as you can see now, I have the bars, I have the breads over there, and I also have the movements, and I also have the pickaxe. So as you can see, when we walk, the animation changes, and every time the animation changes, we can also go and pick up some breads as well. You know, we can do a lot of, I don't think that we can pick up, yeah. I don't, wait a second. Yeah, I think we picked up the breads now, as you can see. And yeah, we can have this animation, and we also have the pickaxe over here. And we also have, as you can see, we also have a gun. So now since I have my own first person game, I've decided to do it again just to show you how I actually did this project. So let's go back to Epic Games Launcher, and we are gonna launch it first. Then what we are gonna do, I will show you what we are gonna do. The next step that I have done while creating my Unreal Engine first person game, I gone to this first person this games place, and then I went to this first person game, and I clicked on the starter content, and starter content is like a content where you can have all those basic materials. And yeah, I'm just gonna write survival software game. And here we have these ones, and these starter contents, as you can see, have the basic shapes and architectures again, like this ones and stuff. But yeah, other than that, so this is all we have for now as first person game. The next thing that we're gonna do now is to import assets. To download the assets, I have found this asset folder from the internet, so I will be clicking on this, and it should download. Now it should download. Yeah, now it's downloading. And you go to here. The next thing that you do is you need to extract all. And you extract all of them, and you get this. And the asset folder should look like this. Look, wait a second, where's my, yeah. So the asset folder should look like this. We will first go to pickaxe, and we will need all of those tools, all of those FBX files and textures as well, because textures are quite important, as well as FBX file. And so this is how you import assets. Hello. So after importing assets, I have created a folder over here in my scene over here. Just a second. So this is the old one, but I have created this folder, and in this folder I have created two. First, I have created two folders inside of this. First of all, the animations, and the second one is a pickaxe, and inside of pickaxe we also have textures. Through my assets, I have clicked and import. No, this is a new folder. Just let me delete this. Yeah, and so you go to download. I went to downloads when I first started doing this. I went to my pickaxe. So this is the same as this one, but while importing it, I haven't included wait a second. I haven't included the. I want to show it to you, so I think I'm gonna create a new folder. So you don't have to. to have this pickaxe folder. I'm just going to show it how I actually import my assets. So when you import this folder, I didn't click on this import textures one, and for that I actually created the local one, and that's how I actually added. And I clicked on added, and so this is how I actually added this pickaxe assets folder thingy. And the second asset that I actually imported was the textures ones, and through the textures I didn't change anything. I just imported as they are, and I can actually show the other ones as well. So this is the second one, and through this I think you can also change the color and everything around here. And yeah, so this is how you zoom it, and these are the details of the texture. So if you want, for example, you can change the color through I think through here. Sometimes you cannot change the color, but sometimes you can. And yeah, so this is how you add a texture. And what else? Then what I added, oh yeah, so the second folder that I've created inside of myself for this game is to, first of all, I created this one and this one. This one, animations one, and pickaxe one were the first folders that I created in this game. So those are the animations ones. I will be detailedly talking about them later on in my game. And yes, but this is the last one as well. So I will be talking on later on. I will be talking about it later on. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is the animations one, because as I said before, as I told you guys before, that inside of my animations, I'm going to show you how I imported them. So can I show you the details on it? I think I can. So while importing them, they ask you, like the Unreal Engine asks you if you want to import into, like if you want to change anything to the materials and stuff, and then you choose this mannequin arms one, which is really important as well. And after that, after adding, and the animations that I've added is actually these ones. Let me show you. These ones, other than pickaxe, I have added these animations because these are the ones we are gonna use a lot, and these are the animations that we will need. So this is what I have added here. And while adding it, I added this mannequin mesh, and mannequin mesh is kind of like, wait, I show you. It's kind of a preview mesh, so it's kind of a mesh that is based on this, like based on mannequin arms. The animations will be based on this mannequin arms. Yeah. So let me show you the animations that I have now. So for example, this one is a pickaxe one, and let me show you the other ones. So see, so this is a pickaxe mine one, and this is also a different kind of animation. And I think those animations have, if you want to change something in the animation, you can always use this details page, preview page about it. And you can also you can change the name, you can change anything that is mentioned here. And yeah, so these are the animations. Let me show you the other ones as well. So this is the running one. So the more you run, I think we're gonna use it a lot. This one a lot, just because when we are gonna run, it's gonna our arm is gonna move like this. So this is the one that we are gonna use a lot. And we also have other ones, like this one, which is the loop one. I think it just mostly holds the pickaxe and it loops it over and over again. So in the first animation, so after I have shown you animations. The second thing that I want to do about animations is that I wanted to go to first person folder in the content one. Then I opened the blueprints one, and blueprints are quite important. As I mentioned before, they're a low-code tool. They are a low-code tool, and when you with blueprints, you don't have to write code just like you are writing in the Visual Studio. You can write it at any time. So then I go to viewport, and as you can see here, we have arms and everything, and we also have a pickaxe. And I think this is the thing that I have added. But I have also changed the anim to play to pickaxe because it was nothing. I also changed the animation mode here. And here is actually I played a bit about the locations as well. Just because when you play it, when you go on to player and when you go to the so when you go, wait a second, when you go to the play games list, you can see that you have arms and stuff now. Just because you have arms and you have hands and stuff, just because it shows here. So this is the camera that the first person is using. So this is the camera this is the view that we are seeing. So yeah. One quick thing that I want to mention about this pickaxe is that how I did it is that instead of here, I clicked on here and I added here it's static mesh, this one. And after adding this in our first person game, I changed the static mesh saying that is cloning it, like choosing here the pickaxe asset that we have, which is also a static mesh. Also, one more thing about this pickaxe is that when you first attach this pickaxe, it can be over here or something, and it cannot be over in the right place that you want it to be in, but you can always attach it through you can always change it, and you can always see it through your mouse or here as well. And now you can see the pickaxe, and also here as well. Now you can see it. Yeah. The next thing I have done in terms of animations and adding sockets and everything, adding animations and everything, I have, wait a second, I have gone to my content browser, because we have created an animation blueprint, which is over here, but how are we gonna add this into our Unreal Engine? So in order to do that, the first thing that I have done about it is to, wait a second, is to go to my content browser. So go to my content browser. I have gone to my content browser, and I have, so I have come here, then I chose animations over in this menu, like the manage or add filter menu that I have, and I chose a skeleton here. After that, I opened it up, opened this up, and so what I did about it is the fact that I chose this hand icon over here. Then I chose, then inside of this, I added a socket. And after I added the socket, in that socket, I added a preview, a static mesh over here. This is, So I added this static mesh over here, and this is how I actually, so this is the first step that I've done in terms of adding it to the to to the to our scene, but of course it's not yet done. Yeah. So yeah. So after adding the pickaxe into this, adding sockets and preview pickaxes and stuff over here, I have got so in here I have decided to well, first of all, I have changed the location, and I decided to. So, in other words, I decided to add the pickaxe in a way that is comfortable with me, which means that I want the arms to hold the pickaxe. So this is how I actually did it through blueprints over here in my first-person character that I've showed you before, and also over here when you add a previous socket, and when you have a socket, you can actually, like play with the rotation and location of your pickaxe so that you can actually add it into your hands like this. You can also play with the rotation a bit. Yes. And here, and now I'm comfortable with the location of the pickaxe. And here you can also see that it's changed a bit. Then you can also change it as well, like this. You go to your blueprints. If you don't like the location, you can either do it via blueprints or mannequin arms. But I think if you do it through the skeleton part, like this, the way that I showed you in the last part, to actually add a pickaxe and stuff, I think it's better, because then you can actually do it in a way more proper way, like more certain way, I should say. So now, since we have like done the animations and we put the socket inside of our like arm, we need to create something called local blank space. And I created that, and then I actually put name as the local motion. And what it does is that, as you can see over here, we have different kind of variables around the speed. For example, this one, like the first, I cannot show you with my mouse, for example. Yeah, it doesn't. But what it does is that it actually animates the motion through time. Like, what I mean by that is that, for example, this time will be different. This time, so this is actually speed, right? So the more the speeder that it gets, it will start to run, and it will not be walking anymore. And so that the arms and stuff will change according to that as well. So this is why I did the blank space. And I can actually show you, but I don't know where. For now, I don't know if I can actually. Well, I can actually. Can I play it? No. Yeah. So this is how it works. This is what the blank spaces are for, and when we add a blank space here, we add those variables. For example, right now you can see that it's a walk loop. Then it's gonna be a round loop. Then it's gonna be walk loop again. So it's gonna be like it's gonna work like that. Yeah. So it's yeah. So this is what blank spaces are for, and this is why I use it. Then the second thing that I'm gonna do about blank space is that I will add this blank space into blueprints, so it can work in a right way. But I will actually explain it a bit more and talk about a bit more later on in this video. So since we have created this blend machine, blend animation, local motion, this will do nothing because this has no value, honestly. But blueprints, as I mentioned before, which are really important stuff in these kind of games. So right now, after that, we will create a blueprint over here, which I've already created since I have done the project before, but I need to show you the, yeah. So basically what I've done is that this blueprint will give a value to the blank space so it knows what to do. So it's kind of like it tells the blank space when to do what depending on the states. Like if the man if the thing is walking, if the arms are walking, then the blueprint will tell the animation blueprint. I'll tell the blank space what to do. So and for that, this is what I have done, what I've created actually, and actually, for example, I have created over here one animation graph, and inside of it is that we have get player collector, we have cast the first person character and everything. We also have return value, and yeah, so we also set everything to speed because I think here in this local motion blank space and so in every other thing speed is quite important, so it will act according to speed. So this is the blueprint to tell the animation how to act according to speeds. So yeah. So now I want to speak a bit more about the blueprints and also the blank space and everything. So this one is actually a different one than our event graph. Our event graph that I've shown you the last time, but I will explain this event graph because it's made by blueprints and it's really important, really crucial thing, really crucial code in my project. So this is what. So I will be starting off with this. So now I created a new survival state, which is a state machine, and what I'm saying is that when this happens, go into the run and go to the run and print it as a result. So when this state machine and everything inside of it happens, when everything inside of it happens here, we will go to what I'm saying is that when it happens, it should be printed out in the screen. So this is what is printing out in the screen. So yeah. So the second thing that I want to explain is this blueprint animation because it's important. So this one is actually happening in every second of frame, and when this one talks to this one, this blueprint actually is saying that I want to talk with the character, I want to talk with the person. Then when it talks with the person, it gets velocity. Then after this velocity, it's gonna get the vector velocity. So when it gets the velocity, it will first turn it into a value, a return value, something that this blueprint can work with. Then after this value is being taken through the velocity, like it's being converted into a value, it will go into the speed. And speed is a variable, which is a float, and yeah, so it will go into the speed. So this is what I want to talk about in blueprint part. So the last thing that I have done with animations and blueprints so that we can actually simulate the animation that we have done with blank spaces as well as blueprints is that since I have added the blank space into our blueprints, what I have done is that I went to this first person blueprint again, and here we have animation mode and enemy class. What I have done is that I chose this use animation blueprint, and here I chose our character blueprint, blue space, whatever we have here. Then it will be able to simulate how we create the animation and how we did it. So this is the last thing that we have done in basically in about blueprints in our game. So the next thing that I have done after creating the blueprints and having our first person move in a bit real way, I have decided to continue with creating widgets. And widgets are like creating paintings or creating drawings in a computer. And what I have done over here, I can show you, is that I have, just like creating any other UI design or anything, I have created some rectangles over here, some images, some icons, and some bars to fill this. And what I have done other than that is that I found all of these through my assets folder over here, which is actually in the same place as my play widgets, and we also have objectives over here. So when we play, it will be show, yeah. But what I need to change here is that I need to change the percentage of this variable, I think so, because this is good. So this is what it needs to show. So we have over here, we have hunger, we have health, we have hunger, we have health, and we have thirst over here. So yeah, so this is how I created widgets. So in creating widgets, as you can see over here, I have done 3 widgets so far. And so I'm going to talk about how I done that. So let me talk about it. So what you do first is that I went to my first person character, and inside of this I went to wait a second. I created some variables, as you can see over here, such as hunger, maximum hunger depth, and everything. So what I have done is that after creating those variables, I have created functions so that by time it would decrease, and it would also update the function. Like, for example, here I have a drain function, which by time it's specifically, this one is the subtraction node. So by time it specifically decreases the hunger. For example, so the more it decreases, it always updates the function, and it also returns back. But the thing is, how is this gonna work? Like, how is it gonna work? So what I have done is that if I go back to my event graph, I think I can see, wait a second, if it is over here. So I think, wait a second. Yeah, so what I have done is that I have called this function through time. So with time, it's gonna decrease. But I need to find the one that I've done with time. Yeah, over here. So it's gonna be decreasing by drain hunger, this function name by function, because that was our function. So by time it's gonna decrease, and it will update the user such like that. But I have done the same thing on water and also the health as well. Yeah, so this is how I actually created my widgets and my functionality of my widgets as well. So the next thing that I want to talk about is the fact that how I actually put those kind of objects in my own, in my own, in my own project, in my own scene game. I want to talk about it because it has, there is something called pickup system in survival games where you pick up foods and stuff. As you remember from the tutorial, I think I have shown you that. So what do we do to do that is to, first of all, I will go to my Quixel. We need to import 3D models, right? So this is a 3D model. For example, this one is a 3D model of a bread. So what we do to do that is to go to our window, and there is something called Quexel Bridge, and this is where you actually can import a lot of things, import a lot of models. So if you say a bread, for example, you can click on this, and then you can sign in, of course. Yeah, after signing in, you can download it first, then you can add it, just like this. And then click on add. And yeah, so I think adding here, yeah. So it's added, as you can see. So after doing the food pickup, after actually importing to the food pickup models and everything, bread models, I have created this kind of blueprints where I'm gonna explain to you all now. So this one is actually something called overlap. So whenever these are true, it overlaps. It's kind of like an if statement. But what am I doing here is that I'm actually talking with the first person character, then I'm actually targeting hunger variable. Hunger, that after this variable is being targeted, I added the 20 pin, like I added time on here. Then after that, I am clamping that value because I think, clamping to the float as well. Then after that, I'm actually setting hunger to our update hunger target, which is also this one. So I'm actually doing that. Then after that, I'm actually doing this, which is like from updating hunger. If it finishes, I'm actually destroying the character.